The home of hard truths and bold insights. Radio Generation.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to Radio Generation. The time right now is 2 minutes past 6 o'clock. It's an amazing day. It is actually the 4th day of August 2025. And I'm currently in that state where I'm asking why is this year in a hurry? Because I've realized January ilikuwa tu jana. But right now, we are planning for Christmas, like literally, because I was in Shags over the weekend, and the first thing my nephews and nieces were asking me, "Utatuletea nini Christmas?" I don't know if you're getting such questions, City Muga.
From whom?
From your grandchildren, great grandchildren, maybe.
Me?
Yes, you.
Those who know me well don't ask such questions.
Oh, really?
It's Christmas every day.
Christmas. It begins with everybody considering what they're going to give, not what I am going to give you. Yeah, so if you want a conversation,
it's me to give you, not the
I will ask that. I'll say, good that you've thought of me, and I'll ask, so what have you decided to give me?
Okay.
And that conversation usually dies there.
The end.
Until it is revised.
You know what I
what
like?
About you? Yes.
No, let me say something about CT. Like what I've noticed the past 1 week. He usually comes to the office with a gift. Every morning. Every morning you take a gift from CT. So I'm kind of thinking that even at home is somebody who always gives gifts. So hata Christmas ikifika pengine watu wake wanaweza kosa kujua.
So with CT every day is Christmas.
Yeah.
Wajua, that is in fact closer to the truth.
Yeah.
Why do I want to choose a particular day in the year to do something good for you and I have a whole year to do it? That is precisely my point.
Okay. Good for you and your people.
Yes, so Christmas. One, I don't travel.
Okay.
Roads are too busy, everything is you stay put.
Yeah. Lakini pia Ushago kwenye ni mbali, but
No, Ushago si mbali. No, it is just further than where you come from.
Okay.
But si mbali. It is nearer than Wajir.
Okay, I get your point.
It's also nearer than
in comparison,
yeah. Yes, nearer
than Mombasa.
So did you say Namanga?
Namanga, yes.
Namanga is just here.
That is precisely my point. Distance is a factor of what is in your head. Ata Mombasa simbali vile.
When you say closer than Namanga, is it because probably you'll take a plane to your shags?
It's not even that. I am trying to say that distance is relative.
Okay.
And again, they usually say that home is never far.
Yes.
Home is never far. Yes. Sawa basi. A very good morning to everyone tuned in this particular morning. If you're in Nairobi, of course, that's 88.8. Mombasa, it is 90.7. Garissa, 89.5. Now, watu wetu wa Lamu, 92.6. Malindi, 92.1. In studio, we have CT Muga kama kawaida, and we also have Patricia Wayoa. Our ameniambia their weekend was very okay. And of course, it's Edna. Edna is in the studio as well, our producer, sorting out things so that we can make sure that the show is doing fantastico. But this particular morning, kama kawaida, we'll do it as usual. Do you have any day that we're celebrating in the world? Yes. Good morning. But just to remind you to follow us on our social media pages, Radio Gen KE, that is on Instagram, TikTok, ukienda kule X platform. You're going to get us there live and direct. So kindly follow us. Yes. Today, of course, it's a single working women's day. This one is for the US.
Come again.
Single working women's day. Single women.
No, you said single working women. So it's single women working day.
Single working women's day.
So it's a day to celebrate single women who are working.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not say single parents. I said single women who are working.
All right.
But it is for the US. I just said I saw it relative to maybe our country. We can relate it with whatever is happening in our country.
Yes.
Yeah. We seeing a high uptake of women working and contributing a lot in the economy of the country. Yeah. So that's why I said I chose this day. Like we can also look at it today.
Yeah. City, I probably ask you this in regards to this. Si pia wanaume wanaweza kuwa celebrated as single men working. Because I feel like nowadays we're giving women too much prominence in terms of days. See Mother's Day, see Single Mother's Day, see women in engineering, women in science, women in... Now we have single women.
You know...
Yeah.
One proverb that is perhaps quoted to the point of extinction is how when you educate a woman, you educate an entire village or an entire nation.
Okay.
The focus on women often has to do with the length of time women take with children. In most societies, unless you're in one of these modern communities where somebody looks after your children, and you maybe come in at a time when you finished work.
All right.
But even with that setting,
yes,
unless you have one of these, again, modern situations where you have a dad who actually looks after children, women are the ones who are synonymous with the raising of children.
It's true.
So a lot of the times when people talk about mothers in an African setting, the proverb notwithstanding, you will find that the focus is because even the children themselves, when they think of issues that require resolving from the time you're a child, the person whose name comes to mind is mama.
Mother first, yes.
People don't go crying to their fathers. They cry in an African sense, they cry to their
mothers.
So it isn't misplaced.
Yes.
But to answer your question, perhaps yes.
They have so many days in
perhaps yes. Perhaps the day of the single father needs to be considered, because we now have something we didn't envision in African setting.
Yes.
We do have single fathers.
Yes, we do.
So yes, perhaps we ought to.
Okay.
And well, again, to add on what he's saying,
yes,
I think the fight for equality, that fight for equality due to what women were going through, kitambo mpaka sasa, it has also contributed to these many days that have been set aside to celebrate women, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, this is just fight.
But I feel now
I
think now we've gotten to a point whereby women are equally as empowered as men.
The journey, we are not yet there.
No, we are. Trust me, we are.
She's right.
We are not yet there.
We are, City.
No, she's right. We're not there.
You know why I'm saying we are there? The reason I'm saying we are there is this. First of all, this struggle for affirmative action ijanza atijana amajuzi. It's been on for decades. All right? And it started way before even Kenya started it. And I think we've gotten to a point whereby women have got the same opportunities as men. And this is actually even in Africa, where it was not possible probably some 10-20 years ago. Right now, women are getting the same opportunities, whether it's politically, whether it's in academia, whether it's in social setting. Right now, women have got equal opportunities, equal rights, equal everything. Tell me where probably it's lacking.
I would tell you, because if you look at the family setup most of the time, you realize that we have women who stay at work.
Okay.
I mean at home. They do not work.
Yes.
Leave alone us who are working.
But why are they at home?
We have a very bigger population of women who are still at home.
Why?
And then there are services that they've been providing. They are never monetized.
Okay.
You get, they are never monetized.
Like what?
But
Tell me, for example.
Any service that you're offering, like, okay, somebody has stayed at home, looking for your children.
Children.
Yes, looking after your children. So this person,
is this person my wife or a nanny?
Even if it is your wife. Your wife, and you are not paying her. That is a service that has not been monetized.
Why am I paying you for taking care of our children?
But you are also working there and you're being paid.
Working where?
You know, we are doing very well with this discussion, Patricia. So
I'm in the direction again.
We're doing okay.
How can you monetize motherhood? Surely.
Okay. Let's
why don't I come in and perhaps assist you, Patricia?
Please do.
Look at inheritances.
Yes.
Across African society.
Right.
Even with constitutions as progressive as ours, women are still not on an equal footing with men.
In my family, women are inheriting equal measure as what men are inheriting.
That is the 2%.
It's a large enough percent. The point I'm trying to make here is not that it doesn't exist. I'm saying that it's a continuous journey. That really is my point.
Okay,
because even within, forget the distinguish, the deliberations about genders.
Yes.
If you look at even equity among communities in this country,
right,
there are people who have greater advantages than others.
Okay.
The others who are now trying to catch up. But you see, we have a constitution that has brought it about, and I acknowledge it. So we are making attempts towards realizing it. Yes.
You know what? There's another discussion we had last week, and we said we shall add it to. We shall have a day and discuss it. I think this we shall also give it a day.
We'll add
and discuss. I hope someone is taking note, because I am not. All right. So Asa, do we have a train today, and where is it taking us?
Yes, a quote of today to the US, and this quote is from Henry Ford, which said, who said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right."
Henry Ford.
Yes, Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right."
Yeah, Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motors. Okay.
You are. The discussion around what you can and what you cannot do in an African setting is often closely tied in with the community that you belong to. So we haven't gotten to the nuclear point. Nuclear, not
nuclear
as
power.
in the weapon, nuclear power, but the close unit of the family where you think of yourself and your wife and your children. We still think community as Africans, and a lot of what we do still bears the reflection on what it bears on the community. And again, if I tie this in with the discussion around women, the equity, and how they're treated, African proverbs abound in explaining explicitly the importance of women. There's a Senegalese proverb that comes to mind. I like it. It says, "The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world."
The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world.
Yes.
Senegalese, yeah?
Senegalese. Kwao, where he comes from, there is a joke that is cracked. Some don't find it funny. It is a joke that reflects on a time in history when very many people in that community would join the military. So the joke, I was told this joke by somebody in the military, that when a child was crying, the mother would rock the child and say, "Mutisia uchijali, utakuwa mutikali wa mbuti."
Utakuwa muzikali wa mbuti.
I don't know whether to laugh because my community has been targeted directly. But it's interesting also if we just if we go back to Senegal and say that indeed the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world.
Yes.
There's also a musician. She's called Beyonce. Aliimba alisema, "Who runs the world?" And she concluded rather, it is women.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And they do actually run the world. That's a discussion for another day. All right. So here we are. I hope you've logged on to rgk.co.ke at 14 minutes past 6 o'clock rather. And our first story is a story about fraud. Former Lands Commissioner Sami Mwaita arrested over Nairobi land fraud. Story by Brenda Soki. Former Baringo Central MP and ex-Lands Commissioner Sami Silas Komen Mwaita has been arrested in connection with a high-stakes land fraud case involving two prime properties in Nairobi West. Mwaita was apprehended by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigation in the Kilimani area on Sunday yesterday, following fresh directives from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. He is expected to face multiple criminal charges, including conspiracy to commit a felony, forgery, abuse of office, and giving false information to a public officer. Lastly, in a statement released on Sunday evening, the DCI confirmed the arrest, saying Mwaita is linked to fraudulent dealings over two multi-million shilling plots located along Maimahiu Road in Nairobi West. Yeah, Patricia, let me start with you. Anything to say about Mwaita, former Baringo Central MP? Considering that he was given a very huge responsibility, not just as an MP, but also in the Land Commission.
You're in the Lands Commission.
Yes.
It's so unfortunate in our country that sometimes you're given these positions and then we use these positions to enrich ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. to take away the little that the country has. Yeah. And then you forget that a time will come. You know, these seats, you do not sit there forever. A time will come.
Yeah.
You are out and then people will investigate you. So it's quite important sometimes when you get into these positions, do not take advantage. Yeah.
There's a phrase that was used towards the end of 2022, especially after the election. people were reminding the KK government as they took office that power is transient. And now this former Baringo Central MP has understood that concept very well, because if indeed it is true that he is guilty of irregular land allocations during his tenure at the Lands Commission, then that's a very bad thing.
And it is only here in Kenya where we see it now. Like you've been a president. There are some evil things that you did to the people, but when you get out, people do not follow you. People say, let's forget about the
past.
Yes, let's forget about the past. Tukianza kurudi huko nyuma,
tugange ajayo,
tuende tusonge na mbele. Yeah, so it is a statement that I've had so many leaders using it. And actually recently, when Kenyans talk of now we want to get back, investigate, we want to get back, hold these leaders accountable, most of the time people say, let's just forge ahead, because tukienda kurudi nyuma tunaenda kuamsha mambo mengi sana in our country.
Yeah.
But it would have been better if today mtu kama alikuwa kwa leadership, hata kama umetoka, be held accountable.
She actually has a very valid point. Because the stewardship that you're given in leadership is on behalf of the citizens who elected you. If you're in a commission, it's for the entirety of the nation. Now, there's a simple term called abuse of office. You've been given power, and you've been given a mandate to safeguard the wealth of the nation, and then you instead choose to appropriate it to yourself. That is a problem. And in my mind, that crime should not be treated the same as somebody who grabs a handbag or somebody who even robs a bank. No. A crime that involves the direct harm which is meted out to a large group of people, to the citizenry, that is a crime against humanity. It shouldn't be treated as this garden variety mutu aliba kuku. No, it can't be. Because somewhere along the line, we seemed to have assumed that you are given responsibility to benefit yourself. That's not why you're given responsibility. The Constitution calls it delegated power. It's not yours. It belongs to the wananchi, but they've delegated it to you for that time being.
Yeah.
But it looks like somewhere along the line, any leadership, especially if it's political in this country, has assumed wrongly that power is theirs and they can do it as they see fit. That's not the case. It's supposed to be benefiting the citizenry. That's what it is for. And in a case like this, if it is found that what he was doing was using the powers to benefit himself, then he should face the full force of the law.
I remember you were telling us last week that there are certain countries where they don't take such kinds of crimes.
No.
Likely
they will kill you.
Yes, you mentioned
Or
China.
they will cut off your hand.
Places like China. I actually saw some very disturbing videos a while back coming from Saudi Arabia, where you're flogged in the streets for certain crimes.
That is mild. They will decapitate you.
Yes. We saw also I don't know, there's another country also in the Middle East somewhere, and they put people in a cage and they stoned them to death.
That's way too far.
Yeah.
No, not really. You see, the thing is, that's why I said this is something we need to discuss. We were talking about capital punishment and whether we should enforce the death penalty. We will discuss it. We will look for people who understand the law and we'll discuss it. Why it has to be discussed is because when somebody commits a crime that is clearly heinous and it has been determined they were not mad, they were in a correct frame of mind, how then do you restitute the person if they can be restituted, or do you punish them? And if you want to punish them, what sort of punishment would equal what they have done?
Yeah. Of course, the international community is getting away from this whole issue of executing prisoners or executing wahalifu. But at the end of the day, if you look at those countries that actually enforce these laws, the crime rate number one ziko chini, these kinds of crimes, ziko chini. And then number two, they're doing quite well economically. Look at China. If we're being honest about it, look at a place like South Korea. I don't think they hang people there, but they will jail you. They will jail you even if you're a president. If you're the CEO, like I remember the CEO of Samsung was arrested. Na akaenda jela.
Yes.
Alienda jela. So
if we actually take our laws serious, because the laws are there, if we do take them seriously, perhaps we'll stop seeing the National Land Commission, individuals in the commission behaving like this.
Let me just mention 2 countries in the world that have the death penalty.
Yeah.
Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Iran, Iraq, Botswana, China, Ethiopia, Algeria, Angola, DR Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Indonesia, Kuwait, Somalia, Yemen. When you go to those countries,
keep in mind,
ukitembea na plan.
Tembea piga mahesabu
Usitembee ovyo
vizuri
ovyo.
sana.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
On to some positive news. Harambee Stars begin Chan campaign with win over Dr. Congo, DRC Congo. Now, national football side Harambee Stars began their Chan 2024 journey on a high, securing a gritty 1-0 win over DRC Congo at a full capacity Kasarani Stadium on Sunday evening. That is yesterday. Now, the decisive goal came in first half stoppage time, courtesy of Gor Mahia's midfield maestro Austin Odhiambo, who finished off a well-worked team move to give Kenya the lead. I remember when I was here, I wished the Kenyan team all the best, and to be honest, I didn't think we would actually hold our ground against DRC Congo. But here I am to apologize and say that indeed I'm happy that we did this. I'm actually even happy that I have to come here and say that enyewe mulifanya kazi mzuri sana, and pole for not having that full.
But why? I have to ask.
Full confidence. Yes.
Why didn't you have full confidence? There must have been a reason.
Yes, there was. Because, to be honest, I didn't think that our team was in good shape. And when I say good shape, I mean psychologically and both physically. Now we have a new coach who was appointed a couple of months ago, and this is his first major job. Exactly. So for me, I have now seen that indeed we probably made the right choice. But again, we shall see how we fare on, because we have 3 more games to go. So in the group stages before now we get to the quarterfinals. So I'm hoping that even if we lose a game or 2, or even all of them, but also how we play, it will say a lot about the team, about our coach, and also just about the support that we Kenyans are giving them.
I think the support that Kenyans have given to Harambee Stars has played a role in that win of yesterday.
Yes.
Because every other person, of course, was really supporting and praying for the team to win. So the home ground advantage, of course, has worked for our team, and of course we cannot forget that they have been preparing for this match for the longest. Since the announcement that tutahost. Jamaa unajua kuna ile utaogopa kwamba aibu bwana kwetu nyumbani. Game ya kwanza hivi tumepigwa.
That has not prevented us from losing in the past.
Okay, they've been losing in the past, but now this one mmekuja game kubwa kama hii. Every other person, of course, we were praying that bwana tupate at least this win.
We actually have first class soccer players in this country. The problem is never the players, it's the management of the sport.
Okay.
We sat here with Isili North MCA. You remember, and he Dabar, and he came and he told us that we are well prepared, and now we are up to the challenge as far as our game is concerned, and not just what they have prepared in terms of the stadiums and just the preparation by itself, but also the
team itself.
And now I can see it, because DRC Congo si wachache. Yes. So a big shout out, of course, to Democratic Republic of Congo. They also performed really well. And a big shout out to the Kenyan fans that actually showed up to the stadium. Personally, nilikuanga ushago. I didn't even get to watch that game. But the point is, I am proud of the Kenyan fans who actually showed up, bought the tickets, went to the stadium and enjoyed. And I hope they actually do that for all the other games that will be played in Kenya.
It is said it was a full capacity.
Yes,
it was.
I hope they do that for every single game that will be played in Kenya.
I'm looking at some of the complaints that people had in terms of checking in to the stadium. They said watu walikuwa nafika mapema pale, but now the procedure of getting them check into the stadium was now the challenge. So mpaka hata ilifika mahali, did you see them, they had to break loose and just get in yesterday.
Let me just repeat what I said earlier on. The problem is not our players. or their ability.
Yes.
It's the management of the sport. Right there, management of the sport. When you didn't know people are coming to watch the game.
You know.
You know how many gates there are. You didn't prepare for it.
Yeah. Perhaps let me also just what is it called? Excuse them kidogo. It's been a while since we had this kind of engagement and I know you want to say that that's not an excuse, but I'm just saying it's the first time.
So
if it happens again
Apana.
for the remaining games,
that is the attitude that ensures that we have a continuation of such ineptitude.
If it happens
you are
again,
given a nope, there's no second chance here. This is an international game. Kwani, how long have we known we have in this thing?
we knew it for months, actually. Yes.
Precisely. So what exactly are they saying?
What I'm trying to say is I will allow them this one
No.
time for the remaining 4 games.
No.
3 games wakifanya hivyo za Kenya na zile zingine zitachezwa huku hivi akina quarter finals.
I will not give the federation any quarter.
Hey, mwalimu.
The time that they had should have guaranteed that it went seamlessly without a hitch. No excuse.
Spoken like a true principal.
Yeah, but they is saying something that's true. They needed to prepare, but well, I would say I'll just give them 80%. They did try.
This is the attitude that guarantees that we never move out of the problems we have.
80%.
lakini Sitimuga, unataka kuniambia kunanga tashushi hata kidogo hata kule EPL mali wanachezanga games daily. I'm sure they experience, and yet they have actually, if not more, numbers than us here in terms of the number of people that go to watch games every single day there's a match. But it is because of their experience. I'm sure if we go back to the initial, not initial, but the first times they were hosting games, they probably had similar issues, if not worse. Stampedes, we've seen stampedes in places where football has been established.
Let's just give them a benefit of doubt.
I'm
that
doing
the
no
next
such thing.
match.
So what I'm saying is, this is just day 1 for Kenya.
My friend, day 1 is it. That is where we showcase. The players played, they've showcased they can win.
Yes.
The management should have showcased how well they can prepare and plan for a soccer match.
Yes.
That's it. The two of you, this is the beauty of the freedom we enjoy in this country. You are allowed and you have the freedom to be wrong. So just continue.
I'm giving them a benefit of doubt that next match we'll see something different.
All right, I want us to get us in. I want us to get into the what is it called? Into traffic before we get back to makaratasi or rather magazeti. So what is happening on your roads? Wacha tuangalie.
Traffic.
Very quickly, let me just tell you what you might be experiencing if you're on Mombasa Road. The traffic right now is moving quite smoothly. Some of those roads are actually repaired over the weekend. I have seen some places where they were smoother than I left them on Friday, which is a good thing. So if you're coming from Mulolongo, driving all the way to Cabanas, past Cabanas, onto Changombe, huko mko sawa. But if you're not going through Changombe and you're just heading straight into town, that means that you're passing through Maradaima. Everything is looking good for you at this particular hour. Nothing to complain about. The only other place I'm seeing some issues outside Nairobi is the southern bypass as you're trying to join Waiyaki Way. A little bit of construction there, so there's a lot of delay. If you can avoid that particular area, that area called Gitaru, as you're coming from the southern bypass joining Gitaru Road, kindly, if you can avoid it, do that. Otherwise, the rest of Waiyaki Way also looking good at this particular minute. So that means if you're getting into town, muko sawa sawa, museum roundabout, ABC place, nini hamna shida yoyote.
At Thika Road, I'm seeing past Ruaraka. That is where traffic has started all the way to around Ngara. Hey, bana, kule kuna traffic. Kiambu Road, as it joins Thika Road also, I'm seeing a lot of traffic there. Jogo Road, there is a lot of traffic between that same spot I've been talking about, Makadara area, that is where we are seeing traffic, and it's because of that renovation taking place. The rest of the road is quite okay, except ukifika Kamukunji area. As you get to town, that is where we are also seeing traffic. Kariako roundabout, pale ndio pia kuna a little snarl up. Ngong Road, everything is quite okay except at Prestige and that Ring Road junction. na pia pale roundabout ya City Mortuary, that is where we are seeing a little snarl up, but it is moving.
All right. Anything on the roads you think we should know about, please find us on rgk.co. No, that's our website. Find us on our WhatsApp. That is Radio Gen KE. Thank you so much.
Traffic on Radio Generation.
Kuna jamaa hapa kwa WhatsApp anasema let's put up the live link on YouTube. My brother, it's already live, but if you're having trouble there, just go to rgk.co.ke. That's where we are also live on the website. You will see CT Muga there, just looking like he's about to ooze wisdom, which he is, by the way. So why don't you log on there? You can also see Patricia Wayua akigoogle pale story tendeti ili aweze kukupatia. But right now I think it's important we get into the newspapers and see what's happening there.
Yes, as we get to the newspaper, there's this one story about Asifuna, what he said about quitting ODM.
He's not going to quit
if the party backs Ruto's 2027 re-election.
That's a lie.
City, what do you have to say about that?
Let me tell you something about politics. Don't ever take anything at face value. That's what I will tell you. Don't. Pronouncements that people make.
But after seeing the stand of Sifuna for the longest, and he has come out again and say the same sentiments.
Is he self-employed in ODM?
No.
Yeah.
What
position does he hold?
He's the secretary.
Why is he waiting until 2027 yet ODM is currently supporting Ruto? Why doesn't he quit now? Yes.
So that's a question.
What will have changed in 2027? That's just me thinking aloud. Ni nini kitakuwa kimebadilika between now and then? Ama ni nini saizi kinafanyika kenye kinamfanya asichomoke kutoka hiyo chama yake?
Already.
Yeah, what?
You know, for the longest time, of course, ODM has always claimed that it is not part of the government. Yeah, they've always claimed that they are not part of the government. Vile tu walitoa expertise to assist President run the government. But
there's
now,
nothing like that.
As a party, they say, awako, you get. So now, him, every time he comes, I don't know whether it is a way to manage Kenyans or something. I don't understand.
Don't take political statements at face value.
Out on to enjoy. Number one, if he wants, he can quit today. But the problem with that, quitting ODM today, that means he might also lose his seat in the Senate. And that means that we will need to do another by-election. So the reason why he's saying 2027 is because at one point, if he does quit as ODM Secretary General, they might not necessarily have a by-election because it will be too close to an election. But he's just buying time, number one. And he's also answering the question that people are asking him. Why are you complaining from the inside? Toka inje complain. So for me, I think that's what he's doing. Answering that question of, kama uko na shida. Because even within the party, wamemwambia, but leo upige kelele mingi, si utoka huko nje, endo ujue na kina DCP. Nendo kapige kelele huko nje. But now that means that he also loses his seat as a senator.
But bear one thing in mind also. See, we're discussing politics here.
Yes.
And how it functions. Do we really know how politics works in this country? Pronouncements, I'm repeating this again for the umpteenth time. Do not take political pronouncements at face value. You really, we really don't know what is going on and what these pronouncements are supposed to elicit. We don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know for certain is I'm not taking it at face value. That much I know.
Yu akitaka akuiti sahizi. Haya. Daily Nation hapa mbele wanasema hivi. Why Kanja won't give up 60 billion payroll roll? Yeah? Again, let me say that. Why Kanja, that is the IG, won't give up 60 billion shillings payroll roll. Now, a vicious fight for the control of police salaries has escalated, with the police chief vowing not to surrender control of the 60 billion shillings annual budget. His defiance, Inspector General Douglas Kanja, is taking on the National Police Service Commission and MPs who will blink first. That is a question they're asking on pages 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. And we can also see there Harambee Stars kick off Chan with historic win. That's a good thing. We discussed it earlier on. Heavy cost of illegal deportation of foreigners. It's on page 3. The illegal deportation of foreigners by the Kenyan government will cost taxpayers millions of shillings in hefty court awards. 3.4 billion shillings boost for tea farmers. KTDA affiliated factories will secure government funding for value addition to improve tea farmers' earnings. Matters education, a probe of 3.7 billion shillings goes to schools scam, parents and union demand the National Parents Association and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers want an urgent probe in the ghost schools scandal. Siti Muga, I'll ask you this because you're a teacher and a former head teacher, to be precise. This issue of ghost schools, how is it possible that in a county, I think one of the counties that had ghost schools was it Kericho, Baringo? And not one, not two, and these schools have been receiving billions and billions of shillings. What's your take on that? How is it possible to just have a random school receiving money?
It isn't random. It isn't random at all.
Yes.
Take the concept of ghost workers, for instance. What is it that is required in terms of documentation to have you on a payroll? One of the things is your ID.
Yes, indeed.
An ID number. Okay?
PIN number.
PIN number.
Yes.
There are enough dead people in this country who had PIN numbers and IDs. And somehow our recording and ensuring that these numbers are flagged whenever they appear anywhere.
Yeah.
One is not certain whether such a system exists. That's number one. Number two, if you look at how schools are registered and the process that you take to register a school, let me just make a statement that will explain it. It is not possible without the aiding and abetting by the Ministry of Education. So you're talking about a scheme, a deliberate scheme by people in the Ministry of Education and whoever it is, who are their grounds people, whoever it is, to set up a name, because it's a name, okay? You produce the number of students.
Yes.
The details that are required are in the system. It's a systems issue. Now, this is one of the problems of having technology, whereas the count and the check and balance that is supposed to ensure the probity of it is not clear. So once it is in the system, it exists. Then comes the supervision of what we call inspectors, who are supposed to go around to ensure that these schools actually exist. Now, primary education, is devolved. Is it not?
It is devolved.
Yes. Now, whether the inspection actually takes place, see, that's a different matter. When I say, and who are the inspectors? Ministry of Education.
Right.
Okay. So it is not just about schools. Schools come with students. Schools come with teachers. So when you hear of capitation, it isn't just capitation. Everything else that goes within a school system is then absorbed by this entity that actually exists purely on paper.
Next question. And we had this conversation again with Patricia sometime last week or the week before, I can't remember. And we asked ourselves, these particular places where these schools exist, these ghost schools exist. So one is assigned maybe to Kitui County, another one, 10 assigned to Baringo, another 15 assigned to Mombasa. So we have MPs in these places. We have senators coming from these counties. We have, what are they called? MCAs coming from even down to the ward area where that ghost school has been registered. How is it that these elected people don't even know that these places are non-existent?
What makes you think they don't know?
Okay. Why haven't
it's a business.
Why haven't they raised
it this way? The criminal enterprise that exists within the government is something that is fairly entrenched, and it exists in almost every facet of government. What they're talking about treasury and how people should be paid and what have you, what they're talking about constituent ministries, it is the same. Corruption in this country starts with a budget, and the budget is budget target activities within ministries. The Ministry of Education has a budget, the largest in the country. Largest. Now, it's not for secondary and primary school, this is for all education. Whether it's tertiary, whether it is primary, whatever it is. Some people somewhere understood that you can actually make money by doing exactly what we are discussing. So it isn't, the reason why you ask, it is not known. It involves very many people. It's not one person.
Because we even have county education officers.
Yes, you have them. If I have organized with the people who understand these things, and I have a school which doesn't exist, the money that I get, it is I who decides, or it is I who appropriates it to the people who help me get it. The reason why it's impossible to do, it is difficult to do with, you get rid of certain people, other people know about it, they just fall in line and they continue. Because
so if I'm a county education officer and I flag
because I have a list of schools I'm supposed probably to inspect in the county. Then I realize, so there's here a school called Radio Generation Primary.
And you go there and it doesn't exist.
And I go to that area and all I'm seeing is a bush.
Yes.
You're coming back.
Yeah, so I come back to the ministry and I ask my superiors, hey, so Radio Generation Primary exists to hapa?
They'll tell you we're looking into it.
And then I ask a second time.
And you're told, why don't you come to Nairobi so that we can give us the details. Come with all the details. You come with all the details, then you're spoken to.
And then that's it.
Then
I go back, I find it.
And then when you go back, you made a mistake. You actually went to the wrong
bush.
Ward.
I go back to the same bush and I'm like, so here it is.
Yes. And better still, if we give you a couple of months, we'll actually find you driving a new car.
And that is the reason why fighting corruption in our country still is not easy in our country.
It's actually not difficult. It's not. Fighting corruption, it is.
You know why? Why I'm saying so?
No.
Most of the time, you see, Mungala was not in that mix. Was not in that line of those corrupted guys. But then somehow, pia amekuwa recruited.
It is not somehow. Our willingness to be corrupted. If you are called and you are told that we understand you had a problem with this school, let's just give you the history of this school and how long it has existed. Okay? Where exactly did you go? Okay. Somewhere along the line, we will speak to you about how it is that business is conducted in ways na hii pesa si ya mama yako. So you need to bear in mind.
I need to bear in mind that hii pesa si ya mama yangu.
Yeah, just as a reference point. And then you're told, now that you're here, Nairobi is difficult. This thing is going to take, it's a good thing you've come on Monday. We'll be through around Wednesday or Thursday. Okay? Where are you staying at the moment? Now, what we've decided, a senior officer like yourself needs to stay in a hotel that is good. Okay? We've organized for you to stay in such and such a place. Out of pocket, they give you 3,000 a day. No, 3,000 is not good.
Surely.
Why don't you take this 100,000? It'll cater for your out of pocket on a daily basis. But we should conclude on Thursday. The moment you touch that money, that story is finished.
It's done.
What is on the front page of the Star?
Well, on the front page of the Star newspaper is that it's about the CHAN sport
tournament
yesterday. Yes, the tournament yesterday. So I'm not going to go through it because we've already done it. I'm just interested in one story here about counties. And this is what the writer said, that why counties struggle to meet on revenue targets. Why counties struggle to meet on revenue targets. This is what he has said, that despite over a decade of devolution, counties have persistently underperformed. Auditor General Nancy Gathugu has revealed key reasons why counties continue to fall short of their own source revenue targets, contributing to their persistent cash flow problems. In her report on county revenue funds for the year 2022-2023, Gathungu highlighted a mix of structural weaknesses and systemic inefficiencies that are stalling revenue growth. Chief among the challenges are outdated revenue collection systems, illegal revenue waivers, obsolete valuation roles, and reliance on outdated finance laws. Now, the problem that we have with our counties, there is, of course, after getting the share that you get from the national government,
yes,
we are expecting that these counties, of course, they raise their own, they collect their own revenues, and you realize that, like the Auditor General is saying, most of these counties, they are relying on old systems. Yeah. So that is the reason why most of them are not able to raise revenue. And I'll take a case of